welcome to the Learning from Our Mistakes podcast. We're happy to have you.
Welcome, and you guys should really join us on camera. Me and Dad are looking real fresh today.
Yeah, you can tell the makeup team is thrilled with what we've done today. I've
I'm in
been at
my
the beach.
pajamas. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we're making things happen, Addison.
We're getting it done. Look at us go.
So this weekend, this is like a legitimate, like literally learn from this mistake, Addison. So
I'm learning.
Ralph plays competitive basketball. He's played basketball since he's been like 4 years old. And so for like 9 years, he's been playing ball. And he's a good player. Like he plays on a
hmm
club team. He played for middle school team. They won the city championship. Like he was a key contributor. He was a starter. But so this is, other than like a close by out of state, out of town tournament, this is the first time we've gone like far. And it's not even that far. It's like a 4.5, 5 hour drive, whatever. But it's just so annoying because so he played 2 games this morning and that's it. And then they're going to play another game, at least one, maybe if they win, they might play another one or two. But I'm just thinking like, dude, we spent the hotel alone is like $615 for 2 nights, which is crazy. Like, California prices are crazy. And then you throw in food. Gas is cheap for me because I drive a Tesla. So, like to fill up, quote unquote, fill up with power was like $20 or something. It was like next to nothing. But it's like we could have stayed in Las Vegas and gotten our butts kicked in a tournament there. I didn't have to drive 4 hours to get my butt kicked in California. So it's one of those things like, I think I kind of talked about this last week, like kids sports, or maybe it was the other podcast I do, but kids sports like just annoy me, and sports in general kind of annoy me because you're like, what do I cheer for some like 30-year-old man who's making like $35 million a year? Like, why is that what I'm cheering for? It's crazy.
Literally. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Jonathan came up to Utah. I think that was last week. Oh my
Last
gosh. I
weekend.
can't believe that's a week ago. But yeah, it's like the same kind of thing where his first actual day of the tournament was on Saturday, and his first game was at like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And so he's just like chilling at my house all morning long. And just like whenever I did tournaments, I feel like my first game was always at like the crack of dawn. It's like
Yeah.
8 a.m. or something. And you're like, oh, we got to wake up so early to get there an hour before the game starts, all these
Mhm.
things. But it's just so bizarre to me that their games are going so late. It's
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah. But here's what's crazy. So like this facility where it was at, it was a big old warehouse place. And it was 3x3 basketball courts. So you had 9 courts of games going, and they do not have air conditioner there. Like
Oh,
it was hot and humid. And it was
it's
like
like
a
sticky, stinky boys all over the
locker
place.
room.
Like,
Yeah. Sticky, stinky locker
yeah.
room, like playing in crotch sweat. So,
Yum.
but
Love that.
so what was nice is so the games today were early, and so we broke away and we went to the beach. And it's funny. Like I'll tell you what, having a Tesla that drives you changes your life. And we're not sponsored by Tesla because they don't sponsor anything, but we should be. Their
Yeah.
full self drive is amazing, and it's like an hour and a half drive because there's traffic and all this crap.
Yeah.
And so we just put on the TV and we're watching The Office as we're driving out there. And
That's
we
so
don't even care.
cool.
We don't even care what's going on. We're just, because we're watching The Office. Like, yeah, some guy cut us off. We don't care because we're watching The Office. Like, oh crap, the test. It's like whatever. It's such a game changer of, when we're coming back from the beach, we're watching the Knicks Spurs basketball game was on. So we're just
Yeah.
watching that. It's
Yeah.
like, it just takes all there was massive, like there must have been an accident. I don't know what it was, but because we weren't looking at the road, we were watching the game. Anyway, it's just crazy how it takes a stressful situation, completely takes it
hmm
out of your life. It's wonderful.
Yeah. I remember after you got your new Tesla and you and mom had driven up to Utah, and you're just telling us about how you're just sitting back the whole entire time. I think it was after you guys left, Brandon was like, "Oh, man, that would just be so nice." Because a lot of the time when we go on road trips, if we're going down to Las Vegas, we are, like, driving throughout the night, and
Yeah.
Brandon's exhausted, like, he's been working all day, and he's like, "That would be so nice if I could just, like, just, like, sit there and not have to like, actually drive and stuff,"
Yeah.
so
And I'm just telling you, like, it's within 10 years, it'll be like, yeah, you remember when we used to drive, and we'll kind of laugh at it. Or
yeah.
we'll like see a guy actually driving his car. We're like, oh my gosh. Like it'd be like seeing a horse on the
Y
freeway. We'd like, what is
yeah.
happening right now?
You are manifesting the future right now.
And then
That's so funny.
everybody's fears will come true where like the government will just shut it down and like drive you to prison or something because you didn't pay your
Yeah.
taxes or something.
Yeah.
So
Oh, brother. So the other day, me and mom were talking about creating a I guess the term I use is like creating a village in your community. And on Instagram the other day, I saw a quote that I really liked. It was something along the lines of, "You can't be a part of, well, if you want a village, then you have to be a villager. Like you can't just be, around. Like you have to contribute something to that." But I guess my question for you, Dad, is how in your life have you like created different villages or communities? I feel like that's something that I'm trying to do better at, having more of a community around me.
yeah, so I remember when Renee and I were first married, we were living in a newer area. And so we go to this new church and we go to this church and kind of expected like past church experiences or whatever. And for people to kind of come up to us and introduce themselves. And nobody did that. Like, and so Renee kind of went home like, dude, these people are like super unfriendly. Like, what's up with that? And so I remember we went to my mom's house that Sunday for dinner, and she goes, "Hey, how was church today?" And we said, honestly, like these were the most unfriendly people I've ever met. And she goes, "Oh, why is that?" And I kind of told her. And then she says, "Well, how many people did you introduce yourself to?" And I said, "Well, none." And she goes, "Well, it's your own fault, dummy. Then you need to go up, introduce yourself to 10 people next week, and then tell me what you think." So the next week comes, and we did that, and we quickly realized that there was massive people that had been moving into that area. Many people were in the exact same situation that we were in, where they were waiting for somebody to come by and just say hello, and they're wondering like, "What the heck? Why didn't anybody say hi?" And so
Yeah.
that that was a game changer for me to realize, like, stop sitting on your butt waiting for somebody to make the action, like, you initiate it. And then we've kind of formed a habit of, like, if somebody new shows up to church, like, we wanna invite them over for dinner, or have, like, invite a group of them for desserts or games or whatever. And and it's just fun how, like, you see somebody and you think you kinda know them or you can judge them in whatever way, like, "Oh, well, they're too fancy," or whatever.
Mhm.
And then when you have them into your home, like, it just removes a lot of barriers and guards, and you can quickly become friends and kinda understand who you are and who they are and all that.
Yeah, I really like that. I feel like something that me and mom were talking about when we were driving is like sometimes it's hard when you feel like you have to, like, do all the things. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm walking around my neighborhood and I'm like, "Okay, if I'm gonna be friends with any of these people, it's gonna be because I'm, like, initiating it," you know? And sometimes it's hard because 'cause I'm like, "Ugh, I don't wanna have to be the one that's initiating." Like, I want people to come up to me and, wanna be my friend too, but yeah, you do have to sometimes take initiative and do it, even though it's not always what you wanna
I
do.
well, and it's funny because like, I'll see, like, a bunch of my friends, like, my old school friends, like, friends from high school, or friends that I've had for, like, 20 plus years, like, the proverbial they'll say, "We need to get together sometime." Right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, like, sometimes I'll be like, "Yeah, we do." And then I'm kinda ended at that, but there's times where it's like, "You're right, let's do it." And then so but I don't know if people just say like, "Hey, we need to get together." Like, maybe they don't really like me, and they're just say like, "Hey, yeah, we need to get
Yeah,
together."
like, it's just a courtesy or
Yeah.
something.
But it's literally it's like, "Well, then when?" Like, let's schedule it right now. Like, if we need to get
Yeah.
together, then we need to schedule it, and that's how you get on the calendar. And it's funny, like, I don't know if people just don't realize it's as simple as just saying, like, "Well, how about in 2 Saturdays? Does that work for you? Like, we can meet up with" like, it's not rocket
Yeah.
science, it's just
Yeah.
literally just, "Let's set a date."
Yeah, it's so true. There's so many people. It's like I go to church on Sunday and I see all these people. I'm like, "Oh, I loved hanging out with you at church today. We should go do something." And like we never do something. I'm like, "Okay, see you next Sunday." But it's like it would be just so simple to just be like, "Okay, Friday night after the kids are down, let's get together or something." But
Yeah,
here we are,
and
just
it
living our
it is
best
fun.
lives.
It's kind of what you were saying, like, it's literally just taking an initiative, and it's
Yeah.
if you sit back, like, there's people that are actors and creators, and then there's people that are just, like, reactors, I guess, or just people that miss out on
Mhm.
everything, and I think sometimes, like, I get to the point now where I'm, like, tired and, like, honestly, like, I'd prefer not to be invited, and that's not
Yeah.
always, like but there are definitely times where I'm like, "Why did we invite everybody over to our house? Like, I could really just use a quiet night
Yeah.
to recover." But that's also okay. Like it is fun. Like I don't know. I've been thinking about this lately. This might be a so I was talking to this guy at work, and he was telling me like some family
Mhm.
history stories, and it's interesting. Like these are like stories from like the 1800s, where like there was this. I'll side rail for a second. There's like little boy like walked off. This is like 1860 or whatever. Falls into a stream. An Indian finds him, Native American, whatever you want to call him, and then tortures
Mhm.
the boy, slowly cuts off his fingers and toes, and then kills him. And so then this Indian gets arrested, and they're kind of guarding him. And then the father figure finds out like what happened and how he died. And so he's supposed to be watching this guy, and he slits
Mhm.
the Indian's throat. He just kills him. It's like, well, all right. So anyway, that's an interesting story. Like side note, but like
Yeah.
if you go to a funeral, a grave site, like you're gonna see a name, a year that they were born, a dash, and a year that you die. That's all that you're gonna see, right? And so what that dash to me is like that's your life. And what you do with your life is the most important thing that you could do. And so the question is are you going to create a memorable life that's worth living and worth being talked about? Or are you just a bump on the log? Like are you an NPC, like what the kids say? A
Yeah,
non-player character
what the
for those
kids
older
say.
people. Yeah. But I consider like and so like not only do you need to do interesting things, you also need to record interesting things like by doing a
Mhm.
podcast. Like this one's not interesting, but
Mhm.
whatever. But like writing in a journal or recording
Yeah.
things, whether it's video recording or audio recording, like that's how you create a lasting memory so that people can say, like, oh yeah, there's this one time I heard this story XYZ, and that's how legacies live on.
Yeah. I really like that. I feel like lately I don't know. I'm the worst at writing in a journal. I want to be good at it. And I set like reminders in my phone and I just ignore them all the
Yeah.
time. Just is awful. I'm like, oh, it comes up out like 1 p.m., which is like baby's nap time every single day. And I'm like, okay, I'll get to it later. And I literally never do it. But I feel like I've been trying to take more pictures. So it's like my camera roll is essentially my journal of sorts. I because you go through and you're like, "Oh, okay, on this day, the kids did this, this, and this." And it's fun to be able to go through and, like, remember all of the different fun things that, you know, do every single day.
Well, and it's interesting that so I think it was like 2 or so years ago, I had a goal for this was a year-long Christmas gift that I'd been planning. Like,
Mhm,
I didn't tell Renee this at all, and the goal was every day to write, "I love you because," and then kind of fill in the story. And so,
mhm.
like, the first time you do that, like, the first week or month is fairly easy because you're like, "Oh, I love you," 'cause it's like, it's like if you're gonna try to be unique with your gratitudes, like, it's super easy. Then after, like, a while, you're like, "Holy crap, like, this is" like, I actually have to
Yeah.
look for things. And so there's a couple things that were interesting, in doing that. So one is knowing that I have to write in this journal every day, I have to look for the good. And so that changes your
Mhm.
perspective. So rather than being a complainer at this point, now you're being one to look for the gratitude. So even though she might have been snarky and whatever, like you love that she was able to be herself or, you
Yeah.
know, um,
Express her opinions. Yeah.
um, but the other thing too is like it. what happened is, like, I started to tell the stories as to why that feeling of love or appreciation was alive for that day. And so it's funny, like, I gave this to Renee literally, like, I think it was 2 or 3 Christmases ago, and
Mhm.
it's, for the most part, has been sitting next to her sink, and I've noticed she's, like, finally reading it. Now, I don't want that to, like, this might make Renee sound seriously like a terrible person, like she's an angry, she's not. She was going through school and doctor programs and significant
Yeah.
studying, and so, like, she had no extra time for anything. But, like, confession time, like, the other day, like, I picked up the book and I read, like, some of the entries, and it was talking about when we went beach camping, whatever it was, 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Man, like, the number of things that happen in your life that you completely forget about unless they're recorded." And
Yeah.
it's interesting. So, part of that was like, "All right, Josh, I need to get better at, like, doing a daily journal because life just goes on and it's gone."
Well, we'll just be each other's accountability
Yeah.
partners here on
There you
out.
go.
I'm thinking I just wanna share this quick story because it is so funny to me, but when we went beach camping, 3 years ago, we were attempting to make some sort of, like, cobbler or something.
I saw that picture. That picture was in the entry.
So So for those who don't know, when you're making like a Dutch oven cobbler, you just kind of throw everything in. It's like you put the berries on the bottom, you top it with a cake mix, and you just set it in there and you just let it cook, marinate in the fire for however long. I don't even know. But while we were doing it, you were like, "Oh, I can't remember if you put an egg in it." But the rule is with the cobbler is you don't stir it around, and so you just cracked a whole egg into the cobbler, and we just put it in the fire, not thinking that it's just gonna literally, like, boil the egg, and so we are so excited to eat the cobbler, we unveil it, and there's just, like, a whole cooked egg on top of our cherry, like, cobbler-y thing, and we were all dying laughing. I feel like you ate the egg. So gross.
Yeah, that picture made it. That made it into the journal, and yeah, not my finest cobbler moment.
So funny. You can redeem yourself in 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, man, that's pretty funny.
So
Alright,
funny. And then
oh, go ahead.
oh, no, I was just gonna ask if you've had any joys for your week.
So, alright, most of my joys are vicarious through the experiences that you have shared. So, I don't wanna steal your thunder, but, Eliza did go to her dance class this week. Thank you for utilizing that birthday gift.
You're welcome.
And so I just sort of watching the videos from her dance class, which I wanna hear you talk about more. But the other one, was swimming with her and Joshie yesterday was a blast.
It
And
was
then
so fun.
the last thing I'll say is watching her do her little workout today was
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, yes. Obviously, I'm a mom who works out because Eliza knows all about it.
Yeah.
She she, like, found the smallest weight. I don't even know how much it was, like, maybe 2.5
2
pounds? I
it's
don't
2.5
know.
pounds, yeah.
And she just grabs it, and it's, like, the perfect Eliza size weight, and she starts doing squats with it, and then she sets it down, and she's doing, like, downward dog, and she's stretching her arm up. I don't know where she got the idea for that move, but it looks good. I should try it out. But and then she would pick up her weight again and start doing her air squats. It was so cute and so funny, and then she looked at me and mom were out in the garage about to do a workout too, and then she looked at us and she's like, "Good? Good
Yeah.
workout?" Just, like, smiling, cheesing at us. So funny. Uh, I love that
She
girl,
oh,
and
so real quick, so she had this look on her face like she's doing, like, this goblet squat, right? She's holding the weight here
yeah.
and doing her squat. She had this look of like, "Oh, like, this is so hard."
Yeah. Yeah, she was, like, so exhausted. She's like, "Ugh, ugh," and then she would be throw it onto the floor.
Yeah.
I don't even I usually whenever I'm working out, it's not really in front of her, so I don't even know what like, where she how she knows all these things. She's so perceptive. Is that the word?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word, yeah.
She's just she's a goose. She's my
Alright, so
goose.
talk about dance class.
Yes. Okay, so she Eliza's just been holding on to this cold for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks or whatever. She's teething, so I feel like she's just staying sick forever. But so before her dance class, I was worried because she was just coughing up a lung. Like, you know, when you get that itch in your throat and you
Yeah.
just can't get it out? That's kind of what she was doing. And so I was like, okay, we got to go get some cough syrup or something. So I got her some cough syrup and got her all drugged up, ready for her dance class. And we show up there and okay, well, first, when I go there, I'm like, okay, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. And so I have Joshua and Eliza. I run into the bathroom and it's the place that we were at is like you can tell that the bathroom had just been cleaned and is a really like it is a clean bathroom, but like all you know, all the toilet seats were up and everything. So I'm like, okay, let's go in the biggest stall. And I close the door and immediately Eliza's like touching like all of the things. And there's like the little container where you like throw feminine products in, and she's like trying to go in there. I'm like, get out of there, get out of there, like freaking out. And then Joshy's like keeps falling onto the floor, and I'm like, just stand up and just sit still. Like this, just hands in the air, don't touch anything. And then we finally make it out alive and we are headed to our dance class. And we walk in and Eliza's kind of like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm excited. And she goes right up to the other little girl who's her age, and she's like trying to give her hugs. And I'm like, okay, maybe personal space. And there's like a mirror that she goes right up to, and she's like putting her hands on it and like smiling big into the mirror because she can see her reflection in it. She's just so excited and happy. And then um, we started the dance class, and she didn't really understand what was going on too much, but she really liked it. I could just tell that she was so happy to be dancing. That's really the only thing that she understood, is that she could, you know, shimmy her arms a little bit. And um at the end of the dance class, there's this one super cute song. I took a video and sent this one, but they were like, it's where they pretend that they're sleeping, and then all of a sudden they get up and they start dancing, and it's so fun. And but both of the two little girls who are in the class are laying on the floor, like on their sides with their hands on their cheeks, like just like pretending to be sleeping, and it was the most adorable thing ever. And then all of a sudden they turn on the lights and they start dancing and going crazy, and she loved it. And then all of a sudden she face planted, and that was a little rough, but she had like a huge goose egg on her forehead for the rest of class. But it was just so, I don't know, like when she does things like that, it makes me feel so much joy. You know, like just seeing her be so excited about doing something new, and she keeps looking over me and like making sure that I'm watching her. And so it's
Mhm.
just so fun watching her explore like these new things. She just gets so excited.
Yeah, and she's cute, right? I mean, obviously, we're a little biased because we're, you know, your parent and I'm grandparent, but,
Exactly.
um, even, like, so yesterday, like, I think I put on, like, a Michael Jackson song, and, like, she immediately, like,
She's like,
started dancing, and I'm like, "Okay, like, this girl has some rhythm here," you know? I mean,
yeah.
she's big, you know, she's tall, she's a big head, but, you know, she could be a dancer here somehow.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking, because there's the other little girl who's there. She was probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 months older than Eliza, and Eliza was at least a head taller than her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's huge compared to this little girl. And she's sitting there dancing, and I'm like, this could be her future. She could just be a really, really tall dancer. I don't know. We'll just have to see how this goes.
She's like, "It's not
She's
usual for us to have 6'5" girls on the dance
yeah,
team, but I think
literally,
you've walt."
literally. So just it was just so exciting to see her, I don't know, just light up. I loved it. It was a good time. Hopefully the dance classes continue. Keep you guys updated.
Yeah. That's
And
awesome. And
then
so the other thing that to me was fun this week was so yeah, I kind of alluded to we went swimming yesterday with the
yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
And so we
She
put on Joshy's what is it, his swim what is those life jacket thing?
the vesty, yeah, life jacket thing, whatever.
And it was so funny because he basically could not walk with that thing on.
Yeah, it's like Ralph's brother from A Christmas Story. He just like kept tumbling over, and we're like, "Oh, okay."
He's like, "Eh." You're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, buddy, like, get up, man."
It made me laugh so hard when you had, like, put his feet or something in the water, I don't know. I was making my way outside, and he was, like, crying, trying to walk as fast as he could to me, and he's, like, waddling, trying not to fall over, and, like, kept kind of, like, stumbling over his feet,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, obviously you're really sad," but it's like it's so hard not to laugh in that moment where he's, like, obviously really upset about something, but he looks hilarious doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, he must not have been feeling too good yesterday 'cause even in the pool, he was just, like, chilling, like, he was just like, "Cuddle me up."
I know. He's teething majorly, both the babies are. Teething's the worst.
Yeah, I know. Well, Eliza was having a great time though, man. That girl, she's it was funny because she wanted to be on her own until she couldn't, and she's like, "Help now."
"Help me, help me." Well, tell them the story about Eliza going down the slide.
So we have this little slide, and it's like, I mean, it's like maybe 4 feet long or something, and it
Maybe,
goes
yeah.
it like goes down and like kind of has a turn, and it can be a little violent, and so um the hose whatever water thing doesn't necessarily work, so you always got to get it wet, the slide wet, so you don't burn yourself on it. And so like, "Hey, you want to go down the slide?" She goes, "Yeah, yeah, slide." And so you know, you're near there, so, like, when she is in the water, like, she's not gonna, like, be in any trouble at all,
Yeah,
and she has life jacket thing on anyway, so she'd be fine regardless, but
yeah.
and so we get away, and she goes down, and she kinda, like, hits the turn fast, slows down, and then just kinda kerplumps into the water, and she goes, we're like, "Did you like this?" She goes, "No, no."
But not
And
it was not even like a no, she was, like, screaming. She's like, "No!"
"That was not fun."
And then today we went swimming again, and JJ was like, "Liza, you wanna go down the slide?" And she's like, "No, no, Sky, no." We just got her warmed up to the water slides at the rec, so dang it, we just regressed a little bit.
Dang it. Oh,
I
well.
know, I
But
know.
she's funny because like, so we have a little platform that's, like, maybe 2 to 3 feet above the water, and so I'm, like,
Mhm.
trying to put her on that so that she can then jump into the water, and so I'm like, "Here, stand up," and she's like all of a sudden, like, her legs don't work or something. I'm like
Yeah, she's, like, afraid, it's too
Yeah,
high.
but
Today
she
she
did it.
was
She, like,
jumping.
yeah, she walked in. It was good. She didn't really jump, she
Yeah,
walked.
yeah. Well,
Fell.
today she off of in the pool, there's, like, 2 to 3 inches below the water, there's, like, a little
Step.
laying
Yeah.
area, and she was jumping off of that into the water today. She did that for, like, an hour.
Okay.
She loved it.
Okay. Okay, girl.
Getting real into it.
But I mean, it's just fun. Like it's funny. It's like when I was a kid, we took swim lessons
Mhm.
at Garside Middle School, and then there was like a swim team that they had in the summer, and we competed in the swim team. And like in my mind, if you asked me if I was good, of course I was amazing because I got a bunch of
Duh.
ribbons that said I placed in races. Because clearly they don't get like this was before they gave ribbons to everyone, just so you know.
Mhm, mhm.
But it's funny, like, looking back, I think the reason I placed, like, 1st or 2nd or 3rd in some of these races is because I might have been only the 1 or 2 or 3 people.
You're
And
the only
so
one swimming, so, like, obviously, he's the
yeah.
only one that can win. That's
Yeah, they're like
oh, brother.
but I had that blue ribbon, I was good.
You're a winner. You're a winner.
Oh, man.
Alrighty, well, I can't believe that it's already been 30 minutes. We're
Well,
just chatting it up over
we
here.
have just been having a jolly good time is what we've been doing. All right. So, hey, look, I know last week we had a couple stories. We have another one that we need to share with you guys. So, these are parent fails from
Yes.
others. So, if you have your parent fail, whether it's from you as a parent or your kid, how you failed them, we would love for you to share those stories with us. You can share them to us at
It's learningfromourmistakespod@gmail.com. You could also send them to us on our Instagram or our TikTok. So let's dive right into this story.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh,
Addison's off camera right now.
I
Little
know, so
awkward,
sad.
little awkward.
Okay, it says, my parents never taught us how to act correctly with a babysitter. So we got a few stories on this one. The best one probably being lit when my parents got home. We'd all left the house and the babysitter had no idea where we were. Oh my gosh.
All right, so
That,
I need to share something with this. So this is first of all, that'd be crazy, right? So I think, I
yeah,
mean, like a 6-year-old kid's just gone or something. Like that's wild.
yeah,
So we had a favorite babysitter when we were kids. His name was Jeff. And it's funny, I still know this guy. Like he's in his, he's 50s, 60s now. But we loved him. And my parents probably didn't love him as much because when we would come home, like the house would be a train wreck. Like,
yeah,
because he was building forts and like he was playing with us and we loved it. Well,
the,
one day something happened. Nobody knows what happened. Like no, at least I have no idea. But my sister went berserk. She kicked a hole in the wall and then she ran away. And so my parents come home and we're like, we don't know where she's at, and there's a hole in the wall.
everything's bad.
So she ended up coming back like just a little bit after that or whatever, but
Yeah.
yeah, anyway, it's just yeah,
It's like the
that's
panic in the moment of like, we have no idea.
and you're like some 12 or 13-year-old
Yeah,
kid, no cell phone. You're like, you don't even know what you're supposed to do. Like there's not a playbook for this.
yeah. That makes me I mean, this is obviously it's very different, but, like, when I was babysitting one time, was I had to heat up a bottle, and I don't really know how to do this. I don't know. I'm, like, maybe 12 or 13, I don't know. But they're like, "Okay, so here's this pot of water, like, you can just kinda put the bottle in the water." I'm like, "Okay, easy. I can
Yeah.
do that." And
No.
I just set the bottle into the pot, turn on the heat, and it's a plastic bottle, and so it
It just
melted to the
melts.
bottom of the
Oh.
pot. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was terrified. I'm like, "What do I do? Do I text them? Do I don't know. I have no idea what to do. I was panicking and I was so nervous. I was like, I don't want them to hate me and never want to hire me. Like it's honest mistake, all the things. And so I eventually just texted the mom and I was like, "Hey, I just burnt the bottle. Like, oh, what should I do?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, no worries. It's totally fine." I was like, "Okay, I'm so sorry." Like just I was terrified, but it all worked out in the
Who
end.
who was it? Do you remember?
It was the Olsons.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, don't let her babysit. She's obviously an unfit lady."
Yeah. I
That
babysat
must
for
be
them many times since then, so
that must be, like, why they always ask me, like, "Hey, do your grandkids have, like, plastic poisoning yet?"
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oops, I've learned I don't burn bottles anymore.
That's funny, man.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
good
thank
times.
you for listening. This has been a good conversation. I appreciate it.
Yeah, see you guys later.